Ooh. I did it. I did an Ironman 70.3. Just getting everything packed up into the car right now. And yeah, I mean, I've got the transition bag all packed, taking the drone. I've got a lot of stuff, so I'm gonna go load all that up in the car right now. On my way to Waco, got about an hour, 10 minutes left. As I get closer, the nerves are getting higher, but still I feel ready. I'm gonna do it. I know I'm gonna do it. I keep thinking of how many things could possibly go wrong, and I know that's not what I should be doing, but I'm also reminding myself of why I'm doing this. You know, I gotta keep reminding myself, you know, I gotta do it for Jack. I gotta keep pushing. Keep running, keep swimming, every step, every pedal, every stroke, for Jack. Just arrived. That is the cottage where we're gonna set up shop. Yeah, I'm debating whether or not to hop on the bike and take it over there. Bike check-in is at 10. I think I want to test the walk. Lock the bike up in here, test the walk over there, and then figure it out. We'll figure it out. We're doing the Iron Kids right now.
You got this. You got it.
And that's the suspension bridge where everything will finish tomorrow.
Almost done.
All checked in, got everything, bibs, stickers, visited the store and spent a small fortune. So now I'm gonna walk back to the car, grab the bike and come do bike check-in. This is really cool though, seeing the finish line. Bike is checked into transition. I'm checked in, got all my bibs and stuff. Everything's situated. Last thing to do is the athletes briefing and then slowly freak out for the next 12 hours or so.
We really appreciate all the help and support that the Greater Waco Sports Commission gives us. My name is Tom Zebart. I'm one of the race announcers.
Hey!
I call this one. I got that one. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's 5:14 a.m. on race day. Making myself a bagel. Gonna eat and head over to transition, and yeah, nervous. Transition opened at 5, but I was only like a 10-minute walk from Transition from the Airbnb. So I decided that since race start time wasn't until 7:30, I was gonna wake up at 5, get my meal in, and take my time walking over there and just try to relax as much as I could. My meal was a plain bagel with honey and butter and a hard-boiled egg, and I had a packet of LMNT just to kind of kickstart everything. I tried to finish the meal 2.5 hours before race start time, so I'd have that glucose spike and then it would even out, and then I would have some nice, clean, even energy for the race, and that actually worked out really great. When I got to Transition in the morning, and I started setting up, the nerves started to hit, and I was in zone 2 immediately, just setting up my bike and everything, just thinking about everything, going through everything in my head. After that, you have to walk 1.25 miles to the swim start, because you walk all the way to the swim start and you swim back to Transition down the Brazos River. It's a one-way swim. And so just that whole time I'm walking there, I'm still in zone 2. I'm just in my head about it. But I had some nice conversations with other athletes along the way, and that helped me calm the nerves. Got to swim start. I used the restroom one last time. And then finally the nerves came down. I got my heart rate under 100 and started to calm down. Met up with a few of the Frisco Triathlon Club people. It was just kind of relaxing, and being in it with everybody else, being in the atmosphere, it was great. At that point, my sister takes over filming, and she's a nut, but she made it to the swim start and got some footage. She got great footage all day, and I'm so grateful to her for that. So thank you, Bonnie, my sister, for getting all that footage. She's a trooper, and I love her so much. Thank you so much.
I am not allowed to film while racing or I'll get disqualified. So right now is before the race, and this will be the last time that I will be operating the camera until afterwards. My sister, Bonnie, is here. She's gonna be filming today. Hopefully she gets some good stuff. So, we'll see you at the finish line.
Good morning. Woo. We are ready. You wanna do a get ready with me? Let's do my makeup in the car before I go watch my brother almost pass out in a half Ironman. Oh my God. Good morning. Okay. I don't always get to go to the races, i.e., this is my apology to my husband because he's done 200-mile bike races in the last month and I haven't seen either of them. But when I do get to show up, I got megaphones and baby Jack face. Baby Jack. So I can hear them talking over the radio. May or may not have gone like on a couple wrong turns to get here. But it's beautiful outside. And Jack is so proud of you, Uncle DJ. All right, Sister of the Year. We made it to the start on time. He's in there somewhere. Hi, baby Jack. DJ.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
Uncle DJ! Uncle DJ's running the race! Go, Uncle DJ! I love you.
So you start making your way, shuffling slowly there. They were doing 4 people at a time, and they do this timer that just, the noise, I just remember, is doo, doo, doo. every 5 seconds they
this.
were sending somebody. And as you get closer, that sound just gets in your head more and more. I started to think about all the training I had done. I thought about the concussion that set me back, and the last thing I thought of was Jack. And then it was time to go.
There he goes. My brother's so fucking cool. I'm so proud of you, DJ.
So the water temperature was 82 degrees, which is wetsuit optional, or it's not wetsuit legal. Basically, if you decide to wear a wetsuit around that temperature, you are not eligible for your age group rewards. You can still wear a wetsuit, you won't get any awards. You get a medal for finishing, but you won't get any awards. But I decided to just do a swim skin. I hadn't practiced with a wetsuit. I figured it was gonna be pretty warm. They separate everybody into groups. They have signs where they're holding up, with estimated swim finish times. So I got in line with the triathlon club at about the 40-minute marker, but I ended up doing swim in about 45 minutes, which was pretty good. I would have been happy with 50 or even a little bit over that. It took me probably a couple hundred yards before I actually got into a rhythm, got out of my own head. But I settled in and started just relaxing into the swim, and I kept telling myself, remember, you have got to do a bike and a run after this. Do not strain. So everything was just easy strokes, not straining, not pushing, wasn't trying to pass anybody, wasn't worried about anybody passing me. I took a wide turn out and stayed kind of far away from the buoys because everybody, there's some people trying to compete and, get personal records. I just wanted to finish, and I didn't want to get tangled up with anybody, so I just stayed far out to the side, kept in my own lane. There was a couple run-ins here and there, but that's about it. Congested in a couple of areas from people just kind of catching up or passing, or me passing people. Around the 3/4 mark of the swim, I did take a big gulp of water and just kind of had to wade for a second and let myself calm down from that minor panic at that second. But then I gathered myself and continue on. It was only like maybe a couple seconds of oh, hold on, I just drank some nasty river water. Okay, keep going. At the swim exit, everybody was kind of coming together, so that was a little bit congested. I was sighting often. I didn't want to run into anybody, so I was making sure that I was sighting as much as I could. I didn't want to just get lost in the swim. I wanted to make sure I was looking out for where I was going, on track, and not running into anybody. Got out, and you have to walk about a 1/4 mile to transition.
Woo! Uncle DJ! Look at you! You made it!
Yeah, I think once you start going there and
You ready for the next part? You're doing great. Woo! Swim's over. You got it. I love you. I'm so proud of you.
You go about a 1/4 mile to transition, get to my bike. I immediately take a gel because it was 45 minutes. I need something in me, so I take down a gel and I get some water, and then I start getting my helmet on. Transition was in a grassy area and you're wet, so my feet were covered in grass. So I stood on my transition mat, really glad I had it, and just wiped off as much grass as I could, put my socks on and my shoes on. Minimal grass got in my socks and shoes, which was nice. Got to the mountain line and hopped on. Immediately on the bike, I just settled into the idea of I'm not going to push. I am not going to push. I'm just gonna ride an easy ride and keep my heart rate under 160. I'm not gonna push past that. And I wasn't concerned with anybody passing me. I wasn't trying to pass anybody right in front of me. That was not my goal. My goal was just easy ride, enjoy the ride, finish the ride. The whole strategy of the bike was to take in as many carbs and as many fluids as I could in preparation for the run because it was a hot day.
You're about 2.5 hours in on your Ironman, half Ironman, and you're doing really good. And I'm tired just from running around and watching you. So I also hope you're enjoying all these stupid little messages that I'm leaving you out throughout this whole event. Yeah, because we love you very much. Go, Uncle DJ. That wasn't you, it was just you in 10 years. Sorry. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
You looking great.
Hey.
See you there. Hey, you're doing really f***ing good. What's up? Did you need some good footage of yourself? Because I'm a f***ing badass cameraman.
I still gotta run a half f***ing marathon after this.
Yeah, I'm really f***ing proud of you.
I'm really f***ing tired.
I'll see you there.
Okay. The bike ride was great. The first part of it is really nice. It's just through these really nice Waco kind of backcountry roads that had really nice, smooth, well-kept asphalt for the most part. It was shaded and you had a tailwind going out. So that was a really great part. And then you hit this stretch that just goes south for a long time on this chip seal highway. And that portion was kind of the worst part. On the way out, there was some decent hills, but you still had a tailwind, so it wasn't too bad. Then you get to the turnaround. At the turnaround, I grabbed a water bottle and put it in my rear holder because I figured I needed a little bit extra water. I also grabbed some carbs from a packet because my bike was gonna take a little bit longer and I didn't plan how many carbs I would need, so I grabbed the extra packet. And then when you start heading back, you get a headwind and you have to ride on that chip seal stretch in a headwind, and that part sucked. That really kind of slowed down the pace there. At mile 52, I did crash. I was almost done with the bike and I crashed. That water bottle that I had picked up at the aid station fell out of the back holster, and I remember turning around to see what it was and turned back, but because I had looked back, my shoulders kind of caused the bike to turn, and I looked ahead and I was already almost on the curb, and there was this small, like 3 concrete step up to this house's walkway to the front door, and I was like, I'm hitting that. I'm about to hit that. So I just kind of laid down and braced myself as much as I could. I put my hand down, got a nice little nick on the hand, and then I also got a pretty good scrape on the shoulder. But I hit the ground, my head didn't hit, I sat back up, I gathered myself. I was so scared, I was like, oh, did I injure myself? Am I gonna be able to finish? Then I checked myself out, made sure everything was good. Checked my bike, everything was good. The chain came off, so I got that back on. Some people came to check on me. They were concerned. They were like, are you okay? Do you need us to call anyone? I didn't want them to call anyone. I just said, I'm fine, I can do this. And you know, I said thank you to them. I gathered myself, got the bike right, put everything back on the bike. One of the water bottles fell off. Yeah, I kept going. I was like, this is gonna be painful later, but this is not gonna stop me from finishing. Came in to transition, you know, got the bike stuff off, put on my belt, got my shoes on, and went over to medical and just had them kind of pour some antiseptic on both the scratches that I got.
All right.
I fell. I'm like
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
I'll tell Mom right now. I'm calling her.
Now.
Call Ironman right now. Your oldest son fell. He's a baby. He hurt his shoulder, Mom.
Alright, I'll see you.
How you feel? You got it. You do it. Run, 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 run like Jack.
I don't have to run till I get there.
Okay, well, I'm gonna walk with you this whole time. I've never felt like your annoying little sister so much again.
Where are the girls?
As they got cranky, they're eating lunch. They're gonna see you at the finish line. Ooh, looks like a number 24 in your hand from over here.
Alright. Slow run.
I love you. Enjoy it. It's the end of it.
Not yet.
You're gonna do great.
Okay.
Love you. Super proud of you. I'll see you at the next stop.
Thank you.
Bye. Get it.
So yeah, I walked to the run start, just kind of gathered myself and prepared myself for a half marathon after that. So my strategy for the run, I honestly wish I would have prepared better for the run. Leading up to race day, the most I had ran in training was about 8 miles. And I wish I had paid more attention to the run. I knew it was a weak area and I tried to work on it. I don't think I worked on it enough. And I especially don't think I worked on my fueling strategy during the run enough. I had a similar issue during my marathon. I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants with the fueling during a run. My bike fueling was dialed in, but not my run fueling. But my plan was walk through every aid station, which was set up at about every mile, and take all the fluids, take as many carbs as I can at each aid station, and that was good. I also, when I went through every aid station, I would get some water, drink it, get an electrolyte, drink that, get another water, pour it in my hat, let my hat get soaked, get another water, and soak myself in it because it was getting hot, and the last thing I wanted my body to concentrate on was trying to cool me down, and instead I wanted those fluids to be helping me run rather than helping me cool down. And again, throughout the run, my sister and my wife and my daughters were at different places, and that was really inspiring. It's so fun to see them, give them kisses and hugs, and hear them say, "Go daddy, go daddy."
Halfway done.
You got this. Doing great.
We'll see you at the finish line.
Good job.
So that always lit a fire in me when I saw them coming up up ahead, and that was great. I think I did mismanage my carbs a little bit because around mile 10 is when I really started to hit kind of a wall. But I've hit a wall before, so I know I can push through it. Every wall has its challenges though, and this one was pretty challenging. The issue that I take with this course is there was quite a few cutbacks that gave you kind of like a false hope. You would see people running along the path the opposite direction. So in your mind you're thinking, okay, there's gonna be a turnaround coming up. But it wouldn't be for probably 3 or 4 miles. And within those 3 or 4 miles, there could be other cutbacks that you're looking at thinking, okay, there's gotta be a turnaround somewhere up here, and it just felt like it was never coming. So finally, when the turnaround would come, you would then realize, I have to travel all that way back. And that kind of got into my head, but I tried to just push it out of my mind, just keep trotting along, just reminding myself, look, every step counts, every step is getting closer to the finish line. You run along the Brazos River through their little you know, the little nature areas, and that's really nice. Some great scenery. Then you get to Baylor Stadium, which is really, really beautiful. But they milk every ounce of distance that they can out of this stadium. I thought the cutbacks, those like false hope filling cutbacks in the first part of the course were bad. Baylor was 10 times worse. Because the first thing you see when you get into the Baylor section is people heading back towards the finish line, and you're like, okay, I can taste it. I'm almost there. I can see it. I can feel the finish line. You're not close. The first thing you do is you turn right and go across this big bridge, and that goes for like probably a mile, and you come back around this big cutback. You know, you're seeing the same thing. You're like, okay, there's up soon, I'm gonna turn around soon, and it just never comes. And eventually it does. You're like, I've got to run all that way back. And then you get to that thing, you see those same people headed towards the finish line, but you're not there yet. You have to do another turn and go out probably another couple miles. You go across this, at about mile 10, you go across this footbridge that is, it's like made of steel, and it's just small enough to where the weight of a human can make it wobble and shake very slowly. And that, for some reason, when I got over that, I was like, I remember asking somebody, I was like, is it the bridge shaking, or am I getting dizzy? And they're like, it's the bridge. But that like threw my inner ear off, my equilibrium or something, because when I got off that bridge, I could not shake that dizzy feeling. And I pretty much walked miles 11 and 12 because I was so dizzy, getting so nauseous. I could not shake that feeling. And in the midst of that, seeing that I still had like 2 other cutbacks to do before I actually got to that section that I saw going to the finish line, it was a blessing that right at mile about 10 and a half, I saw my family again, and they kind of reminded me like, hey, I'm not gonna quit, I'm gonna keep going. You know, saw my daughters again, gave them a hug. They saw me walking, and I told my sister, I was like, I'm hurting right now. Right now is not feeling good.
2 more miles to go.
Less?
I'm feeling it. It's just kicked in like the last couple miles.
You can do it. Jack's watching.
But they were cheering me on. They're like, you got this. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't know if I got this. You can't get to mile 10 and then quit. So it's like, I'm gonna walk these 2 miles. There's no shame in it. I'm not making the podium. I want to finish. So I need to settle down, let my body get back to some kind of equilibrium. And I told myself, I know there's a checkpoint right before the last mile. So I'm gonna walk to that checkpoint. And once I get all the fluids from there, then I'll run the last mile. And sure enough, just before I got to that checkpoint, I started to feel a lot better. I took all those fluids in, and I was ready. I felt ready. I felt like I had a second wind right there, and started running towards the finish line. I had a mile left, and I actually had like a 10:30 pace for like the last mile, I think. And I started seeing the finish line. You see that suspension bridge in the distance, you know it's right there. Just running down that narrow corridor lined with the Ironman carpets and the siding, with the energy from the crowd just cheering you on, saying, you did it, you're at the finish line, you've done it. Going down that long corridor and just getting that excitement, everything, all those emotions just flooding in at the same time. You're being reminded of everything that you've worked for, everything leading up to this moment, you know, the struggles, the hard training days, everything that you've just done. You're reminded of the people that you do this for, and people that are proud of you, and you know, mostly, and you're proud of yourself for pushing yourself to this point. And you do it, you cross under that arch, and it's an incredible feeling. They put the medal on you, and you just think, I'm done. Well, I did it, and it was incredible. Man, that was an incredible feeling.
A big old hug. Congratulations. So proud of you.
Want the hat?
I miss you.
So yeah, I mean that was the entire race, and I had a great time. Really well put together. If you are getting into triathlons, you're considering an Ironman, it is worth it. It is definitely worth it. It's a lot of training. It takes a lot of discipline, but the whole event is just put together so well. They really know how to make it exciting, and they really know how to take care of the athletes. And it's the best event that I've ever done as far as triathlons go. It was the toughest one, but so worth it. So worth it for just the atmosphere, the accomplishment, the quality of the race, the people, everything was just an all-around amazing experience. And I'm so happy that I did it. Let me take a moment to just thank my wife for being an amazing, amazing rock for me. I love you, I love you, I love you so much for allowing me to do this. And I can't tell you how much it means for you to have brought the girls to the race and for them to see me doing that and for me to see them. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you so much. As far as the channel goes, yeah, I'm gonna keep putting out triathlon related content. Like I said in the video before this, I'm gonna kind of get away from the training vlogs, and I wanna do more specific content. So look for that. It'd be more topical stuff. And yeah, that's it. It's my Ironman experience. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the footage. Thank you, Bonnie. And yeah, I'll see you when I see you.